was a time in history when the dry toilet was still largely unknown. But now, in 2043, the dry toilet is the most common used sanitation technology around the globe. How did we get here?
The journey was not easy. To answer that question, we must go back in time, all the way to the year 2023.
It was the time of the water crisis around the globe, amplified by human-induced climate change.
Major parts of China faced extreme temperatures.
Dry conditions in Africa put millions at risk of starvation, and the American West experienced persistent lack of rainfall. In Europe, the summer's drought was the worst the continent had seen in 500 years.
Unfortunately, this was not a wake-up call for Europe. Instead of proposing policies that save water, it took 3 years for the EU politicians to recognize the problem of systematic water overconsumption.
In 2024, most of the sanitation systems used in Europe were water-based.
At the same time, the world was facing a fertilizer crisis.
The overuse of fertilizers damaged biodiversity and destroyed water quality.
We needed to do something.
As it turned out, the solution for all those problems was found in one of the most northern corners of Europe, Finland.
The Finns had used the dry toilet for centuries as an alternative to the water-based system. The Finnish dry toilet, called the Huussi, had remained the most common toilet used in summer cottages.
The composting toilet is the perfect way to turn human waste to fertilizer. The Finns had even developed this technology further to produce ready compost without the smell of poo. It was lucky they had not lost the tradition and were able to provide the solution to the crisis.
Finally, in 2027, the EU declared death to the flushing toilet.
The shitstorm started.
The lobbyists of the water-based sanitation system began their campaign immediately, targeting the public and government officials.
You must remember that all big paradigm shifts cause resistance. There's money in the equation, you see.
Surprisingly, the change from water-based sanitation technologies to composting technologies took less than a decade. By 2035, more than 47% of newly built apartment buildings in Europe had a modern dry toilet. Now, the global trend is evident. The dry toilet is the new standard.
It's not politicians that change the system. It's the people.
If I could recall a key event, it would have been at the Finnish exhibition at the Venice Biennale of Architecture 2023. For it was there that the dry toilet was introduced to the world. And it was that same audience at that same exhibition who were amongst the first to adopt the ideology. And if I could, I'd go back and thank each and every one of them. Thanks.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.